Actually, it is in theory time for the class to start. So Laura Matthews will be muting everyone now, and also today's session will be recorded, and hopefully it'll go well and be postable on the library website. So if anybody cares to repeat that recording, I will send you out a notice when the recording is ready, has been edited and improved. So hopefully that will work out. Okay, so welcome to our fall practice. Qigong, sponsored by the Coscob Library. And thank you to Laura Matthews, who is doing our tech support today. Hello, and welcome back from maternity leave and with a 3-month-old son, and all is well. So hala, right? Okay, so let's just start. Since we didn't do our La Chi early on, let's start to warm up our center palm points, the Lao Gong points, very powerful acupressure points for anxiety. That's why in the history of life, when someone is very anxious, they wring their hands. And so these are also known as the human gates, and they're very powerful for affecting our energy as we use them in and around the body. So we get them warmed up, and we can just rub the hands back and forth like this. And maybe you can just start letting your breath slow down and deepen a little bit. Okay, another thing we can do is we can just tap gently on the center palm points, just waking up those pericardium points that really increase flow to the entire chest, arm, and shoulder area. And we can do that with the other hand. Okay, all right. And now just a few housekeeping points. You might want to have a tissue handy and just blow your nose, because we're going to start out the class with our side mouth detox breathing. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap on certain key pressure points on the body 5 times each. And as we do it, we're going to breathe through the mouth, sucking in air through the sides of the teeth. And then as we tap on that point, we're going to shoot the air out through the nose gently, like that. So this is a real cleansing for the nose, which is the sense organ of the lung function energy system that we are working with here in the fall. And also just wanted to say that this lung energy, it helps if we can activate it and clear it, strengthen it. It will help us in our defensive Wei Qi, the defensive Qi of the body, as we go into cold and flu season. And also, this is the best time of the year for strengthening the lung energy. And if you do that well, and you are able to then affect the spring, and if you are subject to spring allergies, strengthening this lung energy all through the fall and winter can help your allergies perhaps become less in the spring. So if you'd like a food list that can also strengthen lung energy, white foods or foods that are white on the inside, like almonds, daikon radish, root vegetables, turnips, rutabagas, etc., potatoes, just send me an email and I'll be happy to send you a little blog on things you can eat and drink to help your body thrive during this fall time, and perhaps some things to avoid as well. Okay, so let's get started. Everybody get to a comfortable standing position, unless you need to sit. And if you do need to sit at any time, please do that. But we encourage people to practice the standing practice. When I first started teaching, I couldn't even stand up comfortably for one whole hour. And now I can stand all day. So there's hope. Okay. So our Qigong posture we start out with is the feet hip width apart. Knees are soft, tailbone slightly tucked under. And let's just loosen up the shoulders. So taking a deep inhaling breath deep into the belly and rolling the shoulders and making a big ha sound. Ha. Again, inhaling deeply and ah. Now turning the shoulders the other way. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale and okay, so, and now we're able to put our shoulder blades back and down. So once again, feet, weight on all parts of the feet, knees soft, tailbone slightly tucked under, shoulder blades back and down. And feel like the back of your head is lifted as if someone is lifting you up by the hair on the top of your head. And now take a little gentle smile come to your face. And listen for a sound coming from far, far away. Okay, so moving into our cleansing and clearing detox breathing for the fall. We're going to start with the hands right here on the over the thymus gland, so right in the middle of the top part of the chest. Okay, and breathe in together and hit and breathe out. Okay, again. One more. Okay, and now moving the hands down to the solar plexus. One more. And now down to the navel area again. Last one. And now down to the lower dantian, just below the navel, 5 times. One more. Okay, releasing your hands. And now just noticing the sensations in your body. The big part of today's practice is awareness. And awareness has 2 aspects, attention and intention. So during the attention part, we just pay attention to what's happening in the body. And if you have something that is some body part or some emotion or some problem that you'd like to let go of, you may set the intention for that to happen during today's class. Now, our second cleansing and clearing movement is just bending at the knees and letting the body shake. This is called shaking. If this is not comfortable for your knees, you can tap your heels on the ground instead of bending your knees. But the main thing is that you just feel your entire body loose and relaxed. And just imagine something like being a kid jumping on a trampoline or jumping on your bed. Just something light and free. Okay, and now just visualize your forehead relaxing. And let that relaxation spread down to your nose and jaw. Feeling your teeth slightly separated. Letting that relaxation spread to the back of your head and neck. Relax your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Now feeling that relaxation move all the way down your back, down the front of your rib cage. Relaxing your internal organs, your hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Everything loose and floppy, even your head just balancing like a buoy on the ocean. And now visualizing white light, so white for the lung organ system. Visualize a white light glowing in your bones. Taking a deep inhaling breath into the belly. And as you exhale, just letting the bones glow. Continue this long, slow, deep breathing in and out the nose. And glowing on every exhale. Like a glowing, iridescent Halloween skeleton, now that we're in October. And smiling. Working towards our 1 inch taller, 5 years younger by smiling. And now coming to stillness. And once again, noticing. Embracing and accepting all sensations and feelings as just right for today. Now we're going to practice our long, slow, deep breathing while we start to warm up the spine. Okay, so stepping out just a little further and bringing the hands up into a light fist at the chest level. So we're going to open the elbows and stick out the tailbone as we slowly fill the lower abdomen, middle abdomen, all the way up. And then we're going to bring the hands together and tuck the tailbone under as we completely exhale. So inhaling, starting deep in the belly, all the way up to the diaphragm, and then exhaling, pushing it all down, emptying out completely. And again, inhaling, opening. Elbows all the way down, chest open, and then exhaling, elbows together if you can bring the arms together, and squeezing it all out. And again, inhaling, opening. And exhaling, closing. Now we're going to start to warm up the spine by turning to the left. The torso turns to the left as we inhale. Wringing and twisting and warming up the spine, and then exhaling back to the center. And again, inhaling, opening. And exhaling all the way. If you've run out of exhale, just pause. It's okay to have a little pause between the inhale and the exhale. In fact, it's excellent to do that. And back to the center. And one more time to the right side. And back to the center. And relax your arms down. And now we'll move into setting the chi field. So a big part of our practice here is to awaken our internal energy, but awaken our perception and connection to the external chi field all around us. So you can do this connection just in a relaxed posture like this with your arms at your side. Or if you're more experienced, you can inhale the hands up into the embracing the tree posture. I like to have my feet a little wider apart. So if you're in the embracing the tree posture, just do a posture check again that your knees are soft, tailbone slightly tucked under, shoulder blades are down and back of the neck slightly lifted. Your elbows are just a little bit below your shoulders. Can't really see that from the camera angle, but in the back of your head slightly lifted. And just smiling and taking a deep inhaling breath. And as you exhale, just feeling and imagining your energy sink, drop, relax. And continuing this long, slow, deep breathing as you visualize your feet just sinking down into the earth like the roots of a tree, connecting you with this powerful earthly energy beneath you. And each time you exhale, just allowing your energy to drop and anchor deeper and deeper into that connection with the earth and the energetic field below the earth. And now turning your attention to the space above your head. So lifting up that top of the head a little bit higher, straightening the back of the neck a little bit, and visualizing that space above your head. And then going beyond the room, beyond the atmosphere, all the way out into space. And each time you exhale, just allowing yourself to reach up a little bit higher and connect a little bit farther with that infinite space above you. Master Ming Tonggu says, head touches sky, feet stand on earth. And now playfully continuing, turning your attention to the front side of your body. So picturing that space or feeling that space in the room you're in, and then going beyond the room, beyond the land, beyond the water, all the way out to the horizon in front of you and beyond. And each time you exhale, just allowing your attention to keep expanding further and further into that space in front of you. And all the while imagining or feeling that your arms are resting on something like a big beach ball or like the ocean. As you playfully turn your attention to the space behind you, feeling that space or picturing that space, and then going beyond the room, beyond the mountains, beyond the ocean, all the way out to the horizon in back of you and beyond. And as you exhale, just continuing to allow your attention to expand and connect further and further into that space behind you. And you might feel yourself just gently rocking and swaying as you stand on all parts of your feet and feel this powerful energy below and above and all around you. As you playfully turn your attention to the space on the left side of you, feeling that space or picturing that space, and then going beyond the room, beyond the land, beyond the water, all the way out to the horizon on the left side of you and beyond. And modifying the arm position anytime you need as you playfully turn to the right side of your body, feeling that space or picturing that space, and then going beyond the room, beyond the mountains, beyond the oceans, all the way out to the horizon on the right side of you and beyond. And as you exhale, just let your mind and intention expand further and further out onto that right side of the body. And finally, turning your attention to the strong energy inside of you. allowing yourself to relax and open to that strong flow, the pure energy that you were born with. And just picturing yourself as this one person standing on the planet Earth and surrounded by this vast ocean of liquid life on all sides, above and below. And now gently allowing your hands to slowly drift down, as if they're moving through something thicker than air. And bring your feet together and your hands together over the lower dantian, just below the navel, the vitality center of the body, letting those powerful Lao Gong points be right over each other. And also, as you hold your hands in this position, your thumb is actually touching the Lung 9 point on the inside of your wrist near the thumb. Great acupressure point for this time of year. Great point to just hold while you're watching TV or not using your hands. And repeating with me, Robert Pang's affirmation, I am in Chi, Chi is in me. Together, I am in Chi, Chi is in me. And nourishing your Chi. Okay, so for our fall practice, we're using some of Ming Tong Gu's awakening vitality practices. That's very deep work and sometimes a little hard, but modify anything because this leads to really deep possibility for change in the body. So we're going to start with the hips. So bringing the hands over the lower rib cage in the front and the thumbs touching the lower rib cage in the back, and spreading your feet out a little further apart. And you can either do this with the knees just soft, or you can, if you want to be more athletic, you can have them closer together and really very strengthening for the legs, and whatever works for you and your knees at the moment. Okay, so this is called hip circles. So we're going to start with just allowing your hips to move towards the left side, and now circle. So you can lead with the pubic bone or the tailbone underneath and circling gently over to the other side while not moving the upper body a lot, and then circling to the back of the room. And just continue this slow circling, maybe picturing that your tailbone is drawing a circle on the floor beneath you if you had a little light attached to it. Making sure that you're not clutching your knees or clutching your feet. And just let your attention rest in this pelvic area, visualizing space opening up between the hip bones, visualizing this warm flow of energy through all the sexual organs and all of the organs of elimination. As you continue your long, slow, deep nasal breathing. And now we're going to turn back, circle back the other way, back towards the back, and then towards the front. And just continuing this gentle opening, gentle circling, and just noticing if there's any part of the circle that's more difficult for you, just listening to your body, not judging. One more circle around to the back and then to the front. And now coming back to the center. And so just to let you see from the side, now we're going to go forward and backwards. So we're going to let the pubic bone and the tailbone come forward as far as is comfortable. And then we're going to do a tiny lift of that area. Then we're going to let it go towards the back. Posture straight and lift. So if you're moving your upper body, you're cheating. So tailbone forward and lift. And now tailbone backwards and lift. And tailbone forward and lift. Backward and lift. more time. Forward and lift. Backwards and lift. And once again, making a circle. So starting with the left side and circling forward. So this is really activating the kidney organ system, and that's very important for our deep immunity. The bones, the glandular system. Okay, now we're going to circle back the other way. Deep glands of the body, as well as purification, filtration. Okay, back to the center. And now just releasing and shaking it out. Okay. Great preparation for fall and winter. All right, now we're going to do the spinal cord activation, and once again, a little more opening of the spine, just like we started with our spinal cord breathing. So we're going to inhale the hands up into the embracing the tree position. And as I said, anytime you need to modify, do so. We're going to use the Hala mantra. But first, we're going to do it without the mantra. Hala meaning all is well, unconditionally. So let's just start with a visualization. As we turn to the left side, visualize your spine like a column of energy, opening up from the bottom of the spine to the middle spine to the upper spine. And when you get to the side, come halfway back to the front. And now again, opening, visualizing lower spine, middle spine, upper spine opening. Lift that back of the head just to really make sure everything is all lined up. And then let's come back to the center and we'll try it to the other side. So opening, lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, posture straight, and now slowly halfway back. And again, opening, lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, and all the way back to the front. So now we're going to do this with the Hala mantra. We're going to say how when we turn and La when we come back. So think of expanding as we go back out and then consolidating as we come back in. So we're activating this pulsating energy of the body as well as vibrationally with the Hala mantra. Okay, so together. Hala. 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 Two more. Hala. Last one. Hala. Back to the center. Little posture check. Knees soft, tailbone tucked under. Shoulder blades back and down. Back of the neck slightly lifted. You see if you can notice any difference between that left side and the right side. And now going over to the right side. Hala. 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 One more. Hala. Back to the center. And just noticing. And allowing your arms to drift down. And notice your chi. Okay, so we're going to do one last little activating opening for this lung and chest area, which is our chin chi. So we're going to use the Hala mantra again. We're going to bring our feet together and Arms are out at a 45-degree angle to the body and wrists are cocked. And this exercise is really a strong opening for this area and strengthening for this area between the shoulder blades, where we're all hunched over and loose from too many years of doing that, and really open up this front to allow us to have good straight posture. Okay, so as we bring the shoulder blades together and the hands come slightly back, we say how, and as we bring them down back to the starting position, we pop the lower dantian and say la in a sharp way. Okay, so once again, using vibrational as well as movement. Okay, so let's do that together. How la, and smiling. How la, smiling to your lungs. La, how la, how la, how la, how la, how la, how la. Hold it. So I want to make sure that you're not going up and down. This is not an up and down movement. This is a back and forth. Okay, and knees soft. Okay, again. How la, 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 and hold it. And now, keeping your elbows close to your rib cage, bring your hands up and face your hands forward and have your hands as far out to the side as comfortable for you. Maybe this far out, maybe this far out, just whatever is comfortable for you. But feeling that front of the chest and the front of the shoulders opening up after this powerful practice, and feeling those muscles in the back between the scapula contracting and holding and strengthening into this new awareness back to our good straight posture we had as young kids. And now just let the hands start to drift towards each other. So we're just going to do a little hala lachi practice. So we're going to say gently ha la. So elbows staying there, only hands come out. Ha la. La. And bringing your hands over the lower dantian and nourish your chi. Okay, that's it for the awakening vitality practice. Whew, that was intense. It gets better from here. Anybody can tell you, but I got to take my vest off. Okay, so now we're going to just do everybody's favorite, knocking on the door of life. So spreading your legs apart and just starting to turn to each side now that it's so easy to turn to each side, and letting your hands knock across your lower rib cage in the front and across the lower rib cage in the back. So stimulating these very important organs of the belt channel, as well as the adrenal glands and kidney area in the back. Just letting stress and stagnation melt away. And smiling, that's always the key element. Even if you have to completely stop doing the practice, just keep smiling and breathing. That's really the most important part. And now we're going to let the front hand knock up on the chest, just above the top part of the lungs and below the clavicle. These are the lung points, other lung points, lung 1 and 2. Really important for building up your defensive energy. Long, slow, deep breathing. And now letting the top of the hand slap up on top of the shoulder, just where the shoulder meets the lower neck. Activating gallbladder points for clear thinking. Also, stress and pain relief from too much physicality. And then back down to the lung points. All the time, just slapping over that same lower rib area in the back, called the door of life. And back down to the rib cage. And then just letting your hands come to stillness and step your feet back in. And just noticing. Noticing this great circulation, tingling, aliveness. Embracing and accepting all sensations and feelings as just right for today. And now we'll move into the most relaxing part of the practice, the flowing motions. So we're going to start with a flowing movement that Lee Holden calls fireworks. So for bringing this inspiration, this positive, clear integrity up in the fall. Fall is a time for letting go of whatever you don't need anymore, just as the leaves fall from the trees and the trees let go of their fruit and focus on drawing their resources inward for the winter. So the hands for this is we start with the backs of the hands together and we slowly rotate so that the palms face each other. And as we get to the top, we turn the palms out and let that energy rain down on the body. So as we're doing it again, backs of the hands together, we're bringing this circular spiraling energy up the spine, clear thinking to the brain, and then letting this energy just flow down our entire body. And again, backs of the hands together, and you can make a little turning motion while you do this if you like. Inhaling up and then exhaling down. Also letting go of things you no longer need at this time of the year. Inhaling, spiraling. Visualizing that white light coming up and then flowing down. Just continuing to flow and breathe. Letting your gaze be inward, even if you have the eyes a little bit closed, just focusing on this inward strong energy. Bringing up the earthly energy, clarity. And one more time. And letting it flow down. And moving right into Tai Chi opening, stepping the feet out. Inhaling the hands slowly up as if you're moving through something thicker than air, and then letting the hands drift down. Learning to move with flow rather than force. And as you inhale up, just shifting the weight slightly back. And as you exhale down, just shifting the weight slightly forward. So that it's the whole body that's moving the arms, not just the arms. And if you're comfortable with this moving, then visualizing that inhaling breath coming up the back of the body and flowing down the front of the body. Just continuing to flow and breathe as if you're moving in a slow motion movie. And one more time. And now breathing the hands up and visualizing that you have a chi ball, a white ball of light between the two palms, and stepping to the left. Hold that chi ball as you make our figure eight move, and now shift your weight back to the center as you bring the chi ball over to the right side. So if you want to just start with the hands, just always having the palms face each other and slowly shifting your weight to the left and to the right at your own speed, continuing the long, slow, deep breathing and just being aware of shifting the weight from one side to the other. One leg becomes full as the other leg becomes empty. And smiling. A lot for the mind to do. Balancing the yin and yang energies of the body. Coordinating the left brain and the right brain. And one more time to the left. Last time to the right. Bringing the hands back to the center and inhaling the hands up. Exhaling the hands down. So now preparing for turning the wheels of heaven. And if you're new today, just follow along, but this is the breathing and the hands. So we're breathing the hands up. We're going to step to the left and exhale as we push the hands towards the diagonal corner of the room. And then leaning back on that back foot as we pull the energy, turning the energy of heaven. Wheel of heaven, push, exhaling, rocking forward. Pull, inhaling, rocking backward. Pushing, back heel up. Pulling, front toe up. So really working the ankles and the feet. The ankles are the point on the body which are said to connect earth to heaven. Earthly energy to the body. Exhaling forward. Turning the wheel of heaven. Imagine your arms are these huge, long energy arms pushing all the way down into the earth and pulling all the way from heaven. One more to this side. And as your hands come up, bringing the fingertips together, stepping your foot in, and now exhaling as you step your right foot out and push to the diagonal. Inhaling as you rock back. Rocking back, front toe up. Pushing forward, back heel up. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Moving through something thicker than air. And smiling. Last one, exhaling. Inhaling. And hands back to the center and relaxing your hands down. Moving right into our gratitude flow. So this is the moment in each practice where we take time to acknowledge someone or something that is a great blessing to us today. And you'll have a moment to say a little prayer of gratitude or thanks during the flow. Okay, so inhaling the hands up into prayer position. So just follow along if you're new, not too complicated. So diving the hands down, separating the hands and inhaling, drawing up earthly energy. Now exhaling, turning the hands and arms and opening the shoulders. Now inhaling, gathering that heavenly energy. And now letting the palms face downward above you and making an energetic connection between the center palm points and the top of your head, the byway point. Feeling or visualizing that connection, or just pretending like you feel or visualize it. And now starting to let your hands come down and starting to notice the energy from the hands as you bring it down the face and head, down the torso, just off the body, down the insides of the legs, knees, ankles, around the feet. You don't have to touch your feet, just project the energy, and then up the sides and backs of the legs, all the way up the back to the lower shoulder blades, and now opening a chi disc inside the heart center with your fingertips and bringing the hands back together into prayer position. And this is a time to say that prayer of gratitude and to feel very blessed. And let's just repeat that, diving the hands down, inhaling earthly energy, exhaling, turning, circulating, opening, inhaling, gathering, palms face down, visualizing that white light shining all the way down your body as you slowly bring the hands down, feeling that energetic connection through the torso, down the insides of the legs, around the feet, up the outside, following the energy meridian pathways in the body, all the way up to the shoulder blades if you can in the back, and opening the chi disc inside the heart. And once again, feeling very blessed. Your thumbs touch your sternum bone, back of the neck is lifted. And on the third repetition, I invite you to bring someone or something to mind somewhere who might be in need of a special blessing today. And we'll send it out after this third repetition. So diving the hands down, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, connecting, bringing the energy down. Opening the heart center and sending out that prayer or blessing. And now bringing the hands down and bringing one hand underneath the navel area for our centering flow. So inhaling the left hand up, and now making an L shape with the thumb and forefinger, and bringing it down and letting it unite mind, heart, and body, and breathing the other arm up. And again, mind, heart, body. So when we are centered and balanced, the body can be at its optimal functioning. Mind, heart, body. And breathing the right hand up. And this time when we get to the mid-brow point, the third eye center, just letting your hand stay there. Breathe in the chi from this powerful energy point between the thumb and the hand. And then down to the heart center, breathing in this powerful energy. This is called the Taoist prayer pose. And letting that hand come down and breathing in the other hand up, arm. And pausing at the third eye center. Activating the wisdom center of the body. It is said that when the wisdom center is in balance, your decisions are blessed by the universe. And then down to the heart center. Feeling the heart center connected to the wisdom center. activated. And then bringing the hand down and placing one hand on top of the other. And just starting to make a small circle at the navel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting a little larger with each repetition. 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way out to the hip bones and up to the sternum bone. 9. And when you come back to the top, reversing the circle. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Letting that circle get smaller. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And once again, repeating with me, I am in chi. Chi is in me. And now just visualizing this powerful energy from the 2 Gong points penetrating and spreading out from the body's vitality center into all parts of your body. Visualizing this violet light activating and enlivening your body. Feeling this smiling energy, this loving, positive energy, and sending it to your skin. Breathe in the chi with all the pores of your skin, like the little holes in a sponge in a warm bath. And smiling as you send this loving energy to all the muscles, tendons, and ligaments of your body. And sending this inner smile to the circulatory system, to the blood in your veins. Chi and blood is flowing in harmony now. And sending this energy to all of your internal organs, your nervous system, your glandular system. And finally, sending this inner smile to your skeletal system and deep into your bone marrow, the deepest layers of the body. Feeling your entire body and all systems grounded and rooted to the powerful energy of earth beneath you. Open and receptive to the purification and inspiration, transformation of heavenly energy above. Supported and nourished on all sides by your fellow beings and all of nature. And open and awake to the powerful internal energy inside of you. Feeling your heart open as a flower opens to the morning sun. Activating and receiving that gentle aliveness, that spark of energy that you were born with. Always relaxing, always opening. And taking this awareness with you into all aspects of your life, from the physical to the most subtle. May all your energies flow freely. May all your heart's intentions be fulfilled. And now bringing the hands together in prayer position at the sternum bone. Together, we dedicate this healing practice to the highest good of all life. To the chi field, the masters and teachers who came before us, our fellow practitioners, friends, and families, and to ourselves. All is well and getting better and better. So be it. Amen. Hala. And now if you're ready, coming back into this room, moving your fingers and toes. Gently opening your eyes if you're ready. And now Laura will allow everyone to unmute who feels like that. And if you'd like, you can switch to gallery view and we can all see each other. Always a treat for me to see everybody there. Okay, so we're going to do the Hala blessing over each other. Okay. Yeah, I think everyone is familiar with that. All right, sorry, I'm peeking who's still here. Who made it all the way through? Who didn't stop after the hard part? Okay, they missed dessert, didn't they? Okay, so Hala three times over each other together. Hala. Hala. Okay, great. All right, great practice, you guys. Thank you for coming. So good to see you.